Right.
It's a new port of entry in Otay Mesa that will be constructed, and it will be tolled. It will be a fee that's collected when you cross north and when you cross southbound into Mexico. And then the revenue that is collected will then be reimbursed to both government agencies to reimburse the cost for the construction of the port of entry, the infrastructure that went to building that port of entry. And that port of entry will be connected to freeway and highways in the U.S. side, and will be primarily used for cargo.
Especially for cargo. So
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna charge, but there's gonna be a real benefit for the same region, not to other region, or not to the all that money that is collected is gonna be for the infrastructure.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, because the infrastructure will already be built, and it'll be built in the U.S. side. It's built on bonds. They're going to issue bonds, so take
Yeah.
out a loan
Okay.
to build it. And then the fees that are collected go to pay back that loan that was used to pay for the infrastructure.
Okay.
So the infrastructure will be built
Yeah.
first.
Who is gonna pay for the local governments, and they are gonna collect the money after that,
Well,
or it's gonna be
SANDAG,
a
this
private
agency,
group?
it's considered a public-private partnership. So these are becoming more and more popular, the P3s. A new way of funding and constructing ports of entry, because it's very difficult to build these nowadays and find the funding. So when you combine the public and private investment, you're able to build these. So it will be built by SANDAG, which is the quasi-government agency, the planning agency for San Diego County, along with the Mexican federal government, who will be building it on the Mexican side, the infrastructure connecting to
Yes.
the U.S.
What is the most difficult part of creating this? Have you faced with some skepticism or some red tape or something?
Absolutely. Yes, because whenever you're dealing with two governments, it's always difficult, right? There isn't one agency that then governs the two. For example, there's the North American Development Bank, NADBank, which is a binational entity. It is actually established and governed by both federal governments, the Mexican federal government and the U.S. federal government. So it actually has power to implement projects such as these. But this project, for example, SANDAG only has authority in the U.S. The Mexican agency only has authority in Mexico. So you have to depend on collaboration and working together. There's no one to force the other side to agree to something or not. So you propose the cost structure, you propose the construction plan, the timing, how much are you going to charge at this toll. A lot of research that has gone into that, but you need to actually have mutual agreement from both entities, right? That can be very difficult to negotiate and to receive that approval. Thankfully, though, SANDAG's done an amazing job over the years in building these relationships and having that collaboration with the counterparts in Mexico, where you can have a good dialogue and negotiate and come to an agreement. I think where in the past maybe it couldn't have happened.
Yes. The border area has been subject to a lot of media attention because of the violence. Has that hurt the relationship? Is people afraid to go across to Mexico, or has been recovered the confidence? And is tourism crossing the border?
Absolutely, that's a big problem. Perception versus reality. The reality is that it's not. The violence in Mexico has greatly diminished. It is, in our minds and what we promote, very safe to go to Mexico. We promote tourism, binational tourism. We promote business tourism as well, and investment on both sides of the border, because we see it ourselves. We witness it. We in our leadership here at the chamber, our president Jerry Sanders goes to Tijuana very often, has no concerns about that. So it's a campaign really promoting the image and improving the image, that it is safe, and our border region especially is one of the safest places in the country. When you look at crime statistics of San Diego, for example, which is a border town, in comparison with some other major metropolitan areas, cities in the United States that have comparable population sizes, it is the safest city in comparison to these other, Washington, D.C., Chicago, much higher crime rates, and they're not on the border, we are. So we can promote those, we can use real statistics, we can use testimony, we can use lead by example to help bridge perception from reality, because there is a gap. There's a lot of misinformation, and unfortunately, because of the misinformation and the coverage by media, which is often tends to be negative in the U.S., where all they talk about are negative things that happen, that does hurt our business economy and tourism industry, which is a big part of the business economy. There is a lot of work that needs to be done to help improve and correct that perception.
Do you consider that Tijuana has improved the safety and has improved the economy in the last 10 years?
Absolutely, it has dramatically improved. But while that has improved, population has not caught up to that improvement, is not aware of the improvements that have been made. So there's an organization called Tijuana Innovadora that was created to improve the image of Tijuana, because there is so much innovation and the cultural innovation as well that is happening in Tijuana, but very few people know about. And so there's organizations like Tijuana Innovadora that helps to promote that, and we work in partnership with them to share that information with those on the